Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel, Oracle of the Crows. My name is Melody, and this video is for the star sign of Cancer concerning Jupiter going retrograde into the star sign of Aquarius. Alright, and we're also going to check in on the full moon in Sagittarius and see how these two energies are mixing up in your life and what they have to do with your journey. All right, so we're going to use, this is the Moonology cards, and then these two decks I combined, the Oracle of the Seven Energies and the Spellcasters. I wasn't sure which deck I wanted to use, and then I heard combine. I was like, all right. So we're going to go ahead and check in. We're going to use the Moonology for the full moon in Sagittarius, and then this pile of cards for Jupiter retrograding back into Aquarius energies. And then we're going to mix it up a little bit, and we're going to use some runes. These are the amethyst runes, and the reason why I am using the amethyst runes is because amethyst, it rules Aquarius and Pisces. And as I am doing this video today, Jupiter is currently stationed in Pisces, but it is going to go retrograde back into Aquarius. So, and it rules Jupiter and Neptune. Those are the two planets. So we're talking about Jupiter going retrograde back into Aquarius, right? So I felt that these were perfect. And the amethyst is good for decision making. It's good for physical, emotional, and psychological pain, stress, nightmares. It also has protection against thieves. Anger, rage, fear, anxiety, grief, neurotransmission, dreams. If somebody has an addiction such as alcoholism, then it's good for that. It's good at cleansing and eliminating, cleansing the organs, the immune systems, headaches, bruises, injuries, hearing disorders. It's good for all kinds of stuff. So you may want to Google it if you're a little confused, right? It also, the amethyst also rules the third eye, the soma, the crown, and the higher crown. So you may want to, if you want more information, you can always Google what amethyst means for you. But I mean, when I picked it up, because I was rooting through my cauldron of stones or crystals, and I picked these up and I heard use them. And I was like, okay. And then when I looked it up, it says Jupiter, Neptune, Aquarius, and Pisces. And I'm thinking, well, that's perfect, because Jupiter is currently stationed in Pisces, but is going to move, is going to go retrograde into Aquarius. So you cannot make this stuff up. Spirit guided me to use them. So what we're going to do is use them for past, present, and future energies. All right, Cancer. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading for Cancers. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull a Moonology card. What's the moon's energy for the full moon in Sagittarius look like for Cancer? The full moon in Sagittarius energy look like for Cancer. Cancer. Full moon in Sagittarius energy look like for Cancer. Full moon in Sagittarius for Cancer. Okay. So, Cancers, a time to give rather than take, with the new moon in Virgo. Okay. So I feel like, you could be seeking some answers, right? And I feel like you could be in a bit of meditation, trying to open up your crown chakra, to open up what? Your heart, because this card is green. So that is the full moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is the house of higher wisdom, higher learning, higher education, right? So I feel like that's what you're doing. You're seeking some sort of answers, specifically to your heart space, and how to open yourself up, right? How to open up that heart to giving and taking, rather than just taking, being able to open yourself up to giving as well. All right, Cancer. So let's go ahead and pull a card for the Jupiter going retrograde in Aquarius. What's the energy look like for Cancer with the Jupiter going retrograde in Aquarius? Okay, so we have a time machine. How about that, right? How about that? So Jupiter. Jupiter is known as the timekeeper, right? So the time machine can take you to the past. It can take you to the present, right? It's all about the time machine. So let me show you this card. All right, so if you look, it really does look like a clock, right? It really does look like a clock. So you see all the stars here. So you could be going, Jupiter could be taking you, right? Taking you back in time. Taking you back in time to learn how to perhaps learn more about yourself, learn more about your journey, right? So we're going to dig in a little bit deeper. But the time machine, it takes you places, right? It could take you to your past. It could take you to your future. But the thing is Jupiter is the timekeeper, right, Cancer? Jupiter is known as the timekeeper, and it's going retrograde. So retro is back, right? So Jupiter going retrograde into Aquarius is taking you back in time. So let's go ahead and pull some runes now. Let's go ahead and pull some runes. So we're going to do past, present, and future. So we're going to do the past energy. So we're going to see time machine. What in the past stands for your past energy. So Jupiter going retrograde in Aquarius is taking you back, right? Taking you back to your past. So let's see what this energy looks like for you, Cancer. All right, so we have the X. So an X to me is X marks the spot, right? The X marks the spot. So X is also known as Gebo. It is union, partnership of any sort, but you must keep your individuality and self-confidence, for this is the rune of freedom. In any position, it has the same meaning. So Jupiter going retrograde back to your past is going to give you a sense of freedom, all right? A sense of freedom. So number 3 here. So number 3 is giving you a sense of freedom within your heart space, right? And like giving you I want to say a sense of balance. So Gebo. So Gebo represents hospitality, generosity, and giving. A time to give rather than take. It is a point at which the giver joins the one who receives. It has been related to the gift of wisdom. Well, the full moon in Sagittarius is giving you that higher wisdom, received by the hero from the Valkyries as a symbol of exchanged vows, marriage, and ecstasy. It also represents sacrifice of independence due to partnership, but also growth due to consolidation. Joint efforts, partnership, love, and growth are all represented by this rune. So it is associated with all matters relating to sharing and sacrifice. Often it will signify a new romance or an important development in a romantic relationship because Gebo suggests commitment. The gift it represents may be one of love or a material one that comes along just when you need it. It tells of a gift that binds a partnership. It usually indicates a time in your life that is full of peace and contentment, right? So in the past, you're in this time machine. I feel like you're going back to the past. Maybe a past relationship is coming in the Jupiter retrograde in the Jupiter going retrograde in Aquarius, where you are going to learn it's time to give rather than take. So what are you learning? Everything that you've given, right? That it's time to give rather than take advantage of relationships. So I feel like that time machine is taking you back to the past where you are seeing how much you have given or how much was taken from you instead of giving. Like you gave too much perhaps, and people took advantage of that, Cancer. So in the past, the time machine, Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius, is going to take you back, right? And it's going to give you a gift of wisdom. It could be taking you back to a past life too, where you are seeing in a past life perhaps somebody that you were married to, Cancer. You very well could be going back to a past life. The time machine could be taking you back to the past life where, you know, maybe revealing a soulmate to you, somebody who is a fellow star seed. Maybe you guys both came from the same star galaxy. So this is a stone of harmony. And you're going to receive divine instruction, is what I feel. So, you know, it could represent in the past where you had a lack of balance, right? A lack of balance. Maybe you were out of balance in the past, and you, instead of, like, I feel like in the past, it's like, it's rather than take, I feel like you were out of balance in your heart chakra, in relationships, and instead of opening yourself up to giving and receiving and love, you are actually taking it. It's like taking it, that neediness. I need this, I need that, right? So that neediness is an energy of taking, whereas it's keeping you out of balance. So I feel like the time machine is taking you retrograde in Aquarius and showing you something. Look, here you are with your eyes closed, like you're in deep meditation, opening up your crown chakra, right? Opening up your crown chakra, and so if you stop giving, if you don't give enough in a particular situation, you could be seen as a miser, right? So it's a time to, rather than give, instead of stop giving. Instead of giving too much to others. And that's what I feel. Giving too much and having people take advantage of that, right, is what has kept you out of balance. And I know, Cancers, we wear our hearts on our sleeve. We give until we have nothing else to give with relationships in general, whether it's you know, family ships, partnerships, romantic ships, co-worker ships. It doesn't matter. And I'm guilty. I am so guilty of giving, because what I'm trying to do with that extra giving is fulfill something within myself. So I feel like that's what spirit is taking you back to show you in your past, in a retrograde. So that lack of balance is what it's showing you. And the problems that are rooted deeply within your emotions. Okay. So present energy. So present energy. Well, we have Berkana coming through. This is B, and it's in an upright position. So Berkano, sorry, Berkano. All right, so it represents birth or rebirth. So Cancers, in the present moment, in these two energies, you're going through a rebirth. So the question might literally be the birth of a child, but I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's the birth of an idea. So in the present moment, you are birthing a new idea, and it's very, very powerful. Cancer is a water energy. Water represents feminine energies. Regeneration. So you're regenerating your emotional body. But it's connected to the ideas of how fertile and nurturing you are, and how to nurture your inner child. So Berkana represents new ideas, fresh starts, new projects, and sometimes even new romance. So I feel like Cancers, in the full moon in Sagittarius, you are learning something. The retrograde is going to take you back in time, right? And show you something that is out of balance on an emotional level for you. And it's going to bring you back to the present moment. That full moon in Sagittarius is going to bring you back to the present moment, where you're going to feel refreshed. You're going to be able to gain new ideas, new projects, and possibly even a new romance with the ex there, right? So there could be a new romance coming through for you as well. So it's like where you were neglected, perhaps your inner child was neglected. It is actually, that is what's ending. It is dying off, and there is a new beginning. So Cancer, you're going through a rebirth, a transformation, an awareness, a growth. Because why? Because you're asking. Right here, you're meditating, you're asking. You're asking for answers. You're asking for spiritual help and guidance. All right, so future energies for Cancer. And we have, I'm not sure what this one is, but it looks like it's in the upright position. To me, it looks like a set of angel wings. That's the first thing I think of when I see it. So that would be Manaz, a startup, the read to improve yourself, to help your relationship with the world, keep your modesty, your path will be found. So let's see here. All right, so also feminine energies offers powers up for defense and protection. So moving into the future, you're going to realize how to protect yourself. Human existence and natural events of life and death. So again, going through the spiritual rebirth, or a rebirth in So Mondays contains two somewhat connected ideas. The first is your own status within your community or within your circle and the way that others perceive you. And the second is where you can go to look for help from others. As regards to these concepts, you need to assess your attitude towards others and theirs towards you, and also reflect on your own behavior before criticizing that of others. So again, a time to give rather than take. So you're definitely going within your heart space and you are assessing your own attitude, your own heart. Mana suggests a time for personal reflection. It is a rune of rational mind, intelligence, structure, reason, and consciousness. It also can represent a group effort or some form of pulling together. It shows where you can expect to receive help or cooperation from others. So the help you may receive may be practical, but it could also come in the form of good advice. So you could be getting some sort of good advice, or you could even be given some sort of good advice as well. It's a good time for implementing plans, speaks of constructive activity, new acquaintances, but you must consider the motives and behavior of others and consider the likely drawbacks to putting yourself under too much obligation to them, such as taking too much from them or giving too much to them. Nothing happens quickly. So consider that. The analysis of the facts will be needed before taking action. After you have taken the time for this contemplation in which you're doing, Cancer, you may have to wait for the group to shape up and pull the project together. It's not in reverse, so it's like I feel like it's in relationships, whether, like I said, romantic or co-partnerships or work partnerships or whatever. It's like you're going back and you're going to review all them partnerships, right? And you are going to come into the present moment with that knowledge, and you're going to go through this rebirth. You got the Berkano there. That's about rebirth, death and rebirth. So you're putting an ending to this unbalanced emotional energy, and you're going to birth new creative ideas. And instead of feeling too obligated, you are going to consider and analyze before you take any action, right? So you're going to get good advice. So going back, and knowing what you need to put an end to. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some advice from the crows for Cancer concerning the full moon in Sagittarius and Jupiter going retrograde back into Aquarius. Yeah, to me you look perfect. So, to me you look perfect. So it's like looking at things, all of your imperfections in a perfect way, because nobody's perfect, right? So I feel like that full moon in Sagittarius is going to make you look at something from a higher perspective, a different perspective. All right, so what about the Jupiter going retrograde into Aquarius? What advice do you have for Cancer about that? Yeah, love, peace, live, laugh, sing, and be happy. So you're going to be more at peace, right? More at peace with your past. More at peace because you're going to learn what needs to end moving forward. All right, so clarify to me, look perfect for the full moon in Sagittarius advice. Yeah, 666, raise your vibration. Choose peace and harmony in your thoughts and with others. I mean, right there, peace and harmony. So you're going to look at something through a different set of lenses, right? You're going to raise your vibration. You're going to choose to be at peace with your thoughts and with other people. Why? Because you're going to look at your relationships from a different perspective. Love, peace, live lasting, and be happy, right? Exactly. You're going to play a different role in your life. You're going to put on a different hat. That crown chakra energy. Choosing harmony and peace in your thoughts is going to cause you to play a different role in your life moving forward, right? You're going to change your thought patterns. You're going to change your hat, right? You're going to raise that vibration. And then let's go ahead and pull a crystal. What crystal do you recommend for Cancer to carry with them during these energies? So heart and throat chakra makes perfect sense. Heart and throat chakra. Knowledge, memory, and trust. So the timekeeper is taking you backwards, right? Giving you that knowledge with that full moon in Sagittarius, and trusting what needs to end, right? Trusting what needs to end. Heart and throat chakra, we already got the heart chakra coming through here. So I am perceptive, right? Raising your vibration is going to help you to open up that throat in your heart chakra to be more receptive to peace, to happiness, to raise your vibration and be happy, to love life again, right? To love life again. So those are your messages, Cancer. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.